Hi, I'm Brett Parker, multimedia specialist for Dairy Foods magazine. And today we're highlighting Horizon Organic, a U.S. dairy brand who've created This Milk Means Business, a campaign which helps parents transition their kids towards dairy milk around the time of their first birthday. The brand's Growing Years milk, the first dairy milk developed with pediatricians, is a prominent part of this campaign. Here to discuss this is Katie Brandyberry, Director of Integrated Marketing for Horizon Organic. Katie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Brett.
Can you explain how this milk campaign was first created?
Yes, this Milk Means business actually launched last year in 2024. And so, whenever I talk about the campaign, I love to just start with the insight behind it that drove us to get to the place where we landed on. And really, the insight is more of a universal insight that parents are just overwhelmed with the amount of decisions that they have to make every single day. Hundreds and hundreds of decisions every day as it relates to their kids. And a lot of those decisions feel high stress or high stakes, particularly when it comes to their kids' nutrition and making sure their little bodies are getting the right nutrients to grow big, strong, and healthy. So we know that's something that parents are worried about. And in fact, we did a survey with Talker Research in which we found out that 50%, about 50% of parents actually say that they stay up at night worrying about if their kids are getting the right nutrients in their bodies. So clearly a high stress thing for parents. On the flip side, though, what we hear from Horizon consumers is that Horizon really does provide sort of a win-win for the parents and for the kids. Kids love it because it tastes great and they'll actually drink it. And parents love it because it does provide great nutrition for their kids. And so as we thought about, the stresses and struggles that parents have, Horizon really can be that easy win. And it can take one thing off of parents' plates because they have plenty of other things to think about and stress about and worry about. So that was sort of the insight. And we wanted to make sure that we positioned Horizon as that easy win for parents and kids. And then we started to explore and think through different creative territories of how we could bring this to life in, really disruptive and meaningful, but also fun and playful ways that feel on brand. And so we were really inspired by kids and the energy they bring to the world around them. They're not just playing lava, it's a life or death situation. If they make it across the cushions to the end of the couch, they're not just building with Legos, they're building complete empires and towns and cities. And so, we know that kids really mean business in the way they approach the world around them. And we know that our milk means business in the nutrition that it delivers. And so that's how we landed on the This Milk Means Business territory. And so, as I said, the campaign actually launched last year, featuring our DHA omega-3 half gallon. And that spot we called Lava. It features a little girl playing a very intense game of Floor is Lava, and Horizon sort of fueling that imaginary adventure for her. And that spot did great for us last year. And so it was sort of a no brainer to extend This Milk Means Business campaign in 2025 as we thought about our Growing Years product. And so the extension this year again positions Horizon as that easy win for parents. But now this is in the context of a child's first birthday. And this is around the time that parents are transitioning their kid away from breast milk or formula and into dairy milk. And so within the context of the first birthday, again, we're celebrating Horizon Organic as that easy win for parents.
What are the most crucial elements about child development in dairy that you feel gets most overlooked by consumers?
I think something that often gets overlooked is just the amount of nutrition that a single serving of dairy milk, particularly a milk that's fortified, like our Growing Years organic milk, can deliver for kids. A single glass can really check so many boxes for parents. So, for example, a glass of our Growing Years milk has DHA omega 3s, which we know supports brain and eye health. It has choline, prebiotics, protein, vitamin D, calcium, and other essential nutrients. And so, really, it does pack quite the nutritional punch, and it can check several items off of a parent's list as they're thinking about nutrition.
Now, Growing Years milk is a product you developed with the help of pediatricians. What are the health benefits of this product?
That's right. Growing Years was the first dairy milk that was developed with pediatricians. And so with that, a lot of choice and, strategic thinking went into the nutrients that were included in the milk. And so each glass or each serving of our Growing Years organic milk features 50 milligrams of DHA omega-3, and we know that supports brain and eye health. It features choline, which helps transport that DHA through the body, prebiotics, which are good for little bellies, especially during the phase where parents are transitioning away from breast milk and formula and into dairy milk. And then it also has 8 grams of protein and an excellent source of calcium and vitamin D. So, as I said before, like it checks so many things on that nutrient checklist during this time of rapid growth for these little bodies. And on top of that, like all Horizon organic products, our Growing Years milk is certified organic, which means it comes from organic farms and organic cows. So parents can really feel good about putting this product in their kids' cups.
If there's one crucial fact you want parents to take away from this campaign, if you can boil it down to one sentence, what would that be?
I think it would be like let growing years be the easy win here. Let's take one thing off of your plate, and especially during the time period when parents are transitioning their kids from dairy milk and formula, or sorry, from breast milk and formula to dairy milk around that 1 year mark. There are so many stresses parents have, as their kid moves from babyhood to toddlerhood. So let Horizon be that easy nutritional solve for you, so you can focus your energy on all the other things that are in your mind that you're worrying about.
If people want to find out more information about this campaign, where online can they go?
Always, they can go to our website. That's at www.horizon.com. We're constantly updating the website with new information. There's a whole page dedicated to our Growing Years product portfolio that goes deep into the nutrient bundles. And then we also have lots of parent resources, including tips and tricks on how to transition your kid, how to wean them off of the bottle, etc. And there's also a store locator that will tell you where you can find the product near you. On top of that, I would also say check out our socials, particularly Instagram. Our handle is at Horizon Organic. And actually, we're extending our This Milk Means Business campaign on Instagram through the next several months. And with that, we're partnering with other, sort of like-minded brands for fun giveaways. We're partnering with some health experts that are jumping in and offering a lot of really useful tools and tricks on these key moments of transition and moments of milestone that parents are going through during this developmental stage.
Sounds great, and it sounds very informative. That's all the time that we have for today. Katie Brandyberry of Horizon Organic, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Brett. Appreciate it.
And thank you all for watching.